So you can share your merit only to one kind of beings. There are 31 worlds in the world system. So there are 4 worlds of suffering, there are 7 worlds of pleasure, of sensual pleasure, and then there are 20 worlds of Brahmas, of higher meditative bliss. Now, out of these 31 worlds, there is one world of ghosts. It's in the first 4 worlds of suffering. There is hell, the realm of animals, realm of ghosts, realm of ugly gods. So the realm of ghosts consists of 4 kinds. You can think of them as species of ghosts. And one of the species is known as Paratupajivino. Paratupajivino means they live in dependence on another's donation. So if people don't give anything, then these ghosts get nothing. But if people give a lot, then these ghosts get a lot. So in the Buddha's time, King Bimbisara donated like this to the Buddha, and he wished, may this be for my deceased relatives. And the Buddha, by his psychic power, he made the ghosts visible, surrounding all that place. And the king Bimbisara could see how these ghosts, like you can imagine, extremely thin, without skin, without nothing. They have nothing. They're totally famished. They have nothing. No clothes, nothing to eat, no place to stay, It's extremely cold to them. So, very non-beautiful beings. And so when the king Bimbisara donated the Buddha food, the Buddha made it by his psychic power that the king Bimbisara could see all of those ghosts waiting for that merit. And King Bimbisara could see how all of them immediately had delicious food right in front of them, right with them. And this is the power of sharing merit, that the beings who can accept your shared merit, they immediately get the consequence. So it's a totally different story from somebody who's just next to you and you just invite them, to appreciate your merit. Nothing will appear in front of them or on their hands or on their body. If somebody donates clothes donates robes to monks, then they share it to their relatives, to their deceased relatives, and they get very beautiful, fine clothes. If somebody donates food, then their relatives can get delicious food immediately as they share it. So there is no waiting for the consequence of karma. And this is possible only for the Paratupajivino Peta, only for these ghosts who are dependent on the donations of others. There is no other kind of living beings who would be able to receive the merit in this way. So when we are sharing merit, we always share it with these Paratupajivino Peta, with these ghosts who are dependent on donation of another. And then you may ask, so how much will they get? So I gave you this much of food, so how much food will they get? And this is also different, and the Buddha gives exact counts. So he says, if you donate something to an animal, it is 100 times more. The merit is 100 times more. If you give something to a bad person who kills, steals, commits adultery, tells lies, or drinks alcohol, then it is 1,000 times. 1,000 times more than what you gave, you will get. If it is somebody who follows the rules, who avoids killing, stealing, adultery, telling lies, and alcohol, then it is 100,000 times more. So it's like a business, you know. It's like a bank. And even the scriptures actually speak about merit like a bank. They say that's the sutta, the discourse right after the sutta about sharing merit, is about using merit instead of bank. So the sutta about sharing merit is known as the Tirokutta Sutta. And the sutta right after this, in the Kuddaka Patha of Kuddaka Nikaya, is about the way how to store wealth. And there the Buddha explains that if you keep your wealth, you know, in a treasure trove, whether it is in the river or in a cave or anywhere else, that doesn't matter. Somebody can steal, or your heirs may, you know, take it from you, or they may misuse it, or the dragons can take it, or it can get broken or stolen or lost or anything like this. However, if you have a merit, if you give something, donation, then that cannot be stolen or taken by anybody ever. That is the best stored treasure trove. Moreover, if you gather wealth in this world, you cannot take it to your next life. Whereas if you make a merit, if you make a donation, you can take it to your next life. So again, merit is the best treasure trove. So if we would substitute treasure trove for bank, then we are right there. So we can use merit as a bank, you know, the Dhamma as a bank. So you make a merit, the Dhamma has received your merit, and then you will receive, you know, your bonuses. So the Buddha explains that for animal, a donation will bring about the result 100 times more. For a bad person, 1,000 times. For a good person, 100,000 times. Now, a very interesting thing, if you donate something to somebody who is not a Buddhist, who doesn't follow the Buddha's teachings, but, and that's very important, who is in, let's say, in the forest and meditating, but most importantly, who has suppressed their greed and hatred, their lust and hatred through meditation. And we can see that kind of attainment also in Christians and in Muslims, and of course in Hindus. Then if you donate anything to such a person who has suppressed their lust and hatred, then the result is 100,000 times 100,000. And then the Buddha goes on to say that if somebody donates something to a monk or to his follower who is going to become enlightened, who is working hard to become enlightened and close to attain, then the result is uncountable. So possibly it could be 100,000 times 100,000 times 100,000 times 100,000. So 10 to the power of 20.
So let's try and find out who's enlightened.
That is possible, but monks are not allowed to tell you whether they are enlightened. So that's more difficult. But if the monks follow all their rules, then even if they're not enlightened, you are sure that they are going to be enlightened soon. So that's what matters, and monks are allowed to say whether they follow all rules or not. They're specifically allowed to say this by the commentary to Vinaya Pitaka. Then if you donate something to a monk and they follow all the rules, then you know that at least you will get uncountable, merit. So in the worst case, so of course if they have the higher enlightenment, then it of course gets even more and more and more and more and more. All right, so this is what you are sharing. So you are not sharing one meal, you are sharing for monks, now we follow here all the Buddha's rules. So for monks who follow all the Buddha's rules, regardless whether they are enlightened or not, you get an uncountable merit. Now there is also a way around if you have only monks who don't follow rules, and that is when you invite 4 monks or more. Usually you would invite 5 because there is a rule for 4 monks. Now, if you invite 4 or more, or let's say 5 or more monks for meal, and you donate the meal to them as the sangha, as the community of monks, not to them specifically by their names, then it is also uncountable, and moreover it actually is as much as if you gave it to the great arahants Venerable Sariputta and Moggallana. So it's actually even more. So, but it's of course difficult, you know, for the mind. Like I have seen that many people give donation, you know, like regular donation to monks who break rules, but they are not happy about it. And the donation looks totally different than when they donate to monks who follow rules. Even though in both cases it is sangha. So as you can see, it doesn't work for the people, you know. Lay people will always know that they are not as happy, you know, about donating to monks who don't follow rules as they would be happy if they donate to monks who follow rules. And that is a proof that they don't donate to Sangha but to the monks themselves. So this was what do you share? This is what do you share with the deceased relatives. Your possession of the merit doesn't decrease anyway, but it gets shared with the deceased relatives. So they will get it and you will get it. So not only that you have your merit of donating, but also you have an additional merit known as Pattidāna, the donation of merit or sharing merit. And that's surplus, that's a further merit apart from, in addition to the merit of your donation. So it is really recommended to share merit, and some people like to share every merit. So every evening, you know, when they pay respect to the Buddha, when they do chanting, they add sharing merit. In our center, we also share merit every evening. So at that time, you know, you can recollect all your donations that you did during the day. Some people say you can also donate ethics and meditation. I do not deny that, but I do not see support for that in the scriptures. Scriptures, when they speak about sharing merit, it's only about generosity. So then finally, number 3, so I already explained who receives your shared merit. I explained what is your shared merit, and now I have yet to explain how are you going to share your merit. Now, in the Buddha's time, according to the Buddha, the instruction is very simple. When the merit is given, recite one sentence. Idang me ñāti nang hotu, sukhita hontu ñātayo. And that's it. This is for my relatives. May my relatives be happy. But as the tradition gradually developed, not only that this is recited, but also it is symbolically presented. In the Buddha's words and in the scriptures, anywhere we can find never sharing merit by pouring water. All references for pouring water, any reference for pouring water, and I have checked all of them, there is a special software for searching this, none of these references contains anything about sharing merit. So whenever there would be pouring water in any way, there is no mention about sharing merit. Whenever there would be mention about sharing merit, there is never a mention about pouring water. So that takes me to the conclusion that they are two different things. Moreover, there is a reference where parents are giving their daughter in marriage to a young gentleman. And for that, they pour water on the gentleman's hands. So you can imagine that this certainly is not sharing merit. My interpretation, because I couldn't find the cultural Indian, even though I tried, is that this is a symbolical cleansing from debt. Because the people who would donate something to the Buddha or to the Arahants, and also for the parents who gave their daughter to the young gentleman, all of them would pour water over hands of the person who received the donation. And my interpretation is, again, that it is cleansing them from debt. That this is donation without any expectation for, in return. So this is what I would like to suggest, that pouring water for sharing merit is not directly coming from the scriptures. And there is a traditional belief that that when the Buddha was under the Bodhi tree, and like the Buddha to be, and the Mara came to discourage the Buddha to be from practicing, the Buddha to be then asked the earth to bear witness. And then one of the stories suggests that the god of earth brought about water, flood, and it basically removed Mara with his army as a flood. It basically swept them away. And not only that, this is not mentioned in scriptures. In our scriptures is mentioned that there was earthquake and they were afraid, so they ran away. But moreover, there is the addition that this water was equivalent to the amount of his shared merit in his past life, to the amount of water, of pouring water after his shared merit in his past life. But again, it's not in our scriptures, so we cannot take it for granted. On the other hand, although pouring of water is not mentioned in our scriptures, it is a very nice addition to the event of sharing one's merit. So when you are pouring the water, you need to use your hands, you need to use your body, and it's much easier to remember your action with words than just your words. So I believe that this is a nice symbolic reminder, of that what you are doing now. Lay people are coming from their busy problems, from their busy lives. They have many problems. Certainly many of them still try to resolve them while they are listening to the monk, while they are pouring the water. So obviously they may forget, if they don't pour any water, if they just recite, they may forget that they actually shared their merit. And that's sad, it's good to remember our good deeds. So to bring the lay people's attention to the thought of sharing merit, the ritual of pouring water was invented. So take it only symbolic. And now I will explain you more for the symbolic, so you can really enjoy and remember it very well. The jar needs to be full of water because that's a symbol. It symbolizes your merit. It symbolizes that your donation, that your good deed is complete, that it is perfect, that you didn't do it because somebody would force you, you didn't do it because you didn't do it without mindfulness, you didn't do it because of anger, you didn't do it just to appease somebody, but you did it with the intention to donate before you donated, during your donation, and you are also happy about your donation even after your donation. These are the three chetanas: Pubbapetādisapañha, the intention to donate before you donate. Munjana cetana, the intention to donate while you are donating. And appara cetana, the intention to donate after you have donated. So when your donation is complete, it is appropriate to fill the jar completely with water like this. So that symbolizes the power of your merit. It is complete. Now, as for the cup, it needs to be empty because that symbolizes your deceased relatives, that they have nothing. Now, when you are pouring the water into that empty cup, you need to feel that. You do not have to feel again, but you can imagine that whatever is the good things that you have donated, they bring a good result to your deceased relatives as the cup is gradually being filled more and more. And to make it even more symbolic, the Sri Lankan masters explain that it is not appropriate to fill the cup just to one half, because then that means the deceased relatives would get only half of that what they need. Then the suggestion is to fill the cup. But well, if the cup is full and the deceased relatives make use of something, then it's not full anymore. So the symbolics go so far so as to say that you need to overpour, that you need to spill over the water from the cup as the symbolic that you are giving, that you are sharing with the deceased relatives more than enough. Okay? So now the recitation is in Pāli. So I have already explained the main recitation. You will then repeat after me in Pāli. And now I will explain the other recitations which I will carry on myself. And they are again from the Tirokutta Sutta. They are Yathavari Vahapura Paripuranti Sagarang Evamevo Ito Dinnang Pattidāna. In the same way as rivers spill into the ocean, in that same way this merit will bring about result for the deceased relatives. Unname udekang vuttang yathaninang pavatati evameva ito dinnang petanang upakappati. In the same way as the rainwater falls on a rocky mountain and then flows downward all the way down, in that same way the merit that you are sharing with your deceased relatives will bring about result to the deceased relatives. And then I will wish you in the Sinhalese way, and in Sri Lanka they wish in a very nice complete way. It goes Ichitang pattitang tuyhang kippameva samicchatu sabbe purento sankappa manijo tirasoyatha, and then jando pannarasoyatha. So it means whatever you wish, whatever you want, may it be completely and quickly fulfilled. How completely? As completely as the moon is complete on the 15th day of the lunar calendar. And how quickly? As quickly as the divine gem shines. And then we will recite sharing merit in Burmese, which is basically the same thing, but it's more broad. You're sharing everything with everybody. And then I will explain to you how to invite deities, how to invite gods to come and rejoice from your merit and therefore protect you, the Buddha's teachings and the Buddha's dispensation. So now is the time to start. So now you can take the jar in your hands. You can use both of your hands, and you can slowly, slowly pour. Yeah, you can start pouring, and then we will start reciting. Very well. So now you can repeat after me. Idang me nyati nang hotu sukhita hontu nyatayo. Idang me nyati nang hotu sukhita hontu nyatayo. Idang me nyati nang hotu sukhita hontu nyatayo. Yathavari vahapura paripurenti sagarang evameva ito dinnang petanang upakappati unname udakang buttang yatha ninnang pavattati evameva ito dinnang petanang upakappati ichchitang pattitang tuyhang khippameva samicchatu sabbe purentu sankappa manijotiraso yatha ichchitang pattitang tuyhang khippameva samicchatu sabbe purentu sankappa manijotiraso yatha ichchitang pattitang tuyhang sabbameva samicchatu sabbe purentu sankappa chando pannaraso yatha. And now we will share merit in the Burmese way together at once. Along cha ahmyar 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 yuro muja bagong lo tadhu tadhu tadhu. Along cha ahmyar 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 yuro muja bagong lo tadhu tadhu tadhu. Along cha ahmyar 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 yuro muja bagong lo tadhu tadhu tadhu. All right, and now we can invite the deities, the gods, to enjoy and to rejoice from this merit. So the meaning of the Pāli verses that we'll be reciting is the powerful dragons, the powerful gods and dragons who live on the earth and in the sky. May they rejoice in this merit and for a long time protect the Buddha's teachings, the Buddha's dispensation, and me. Okay, so you can now repeat after me. Akasattha Chabhummattha Devanaga Mahidhika Punyantang Anumoditva Chirang Rakhantu Desanang Akasattha Chabhummattha Devanaga Mahidhika Punyantang Anumoditva Chirang Rakhantu Sasanang Akasattha Chabhummattha Devanaga Mahidhika Punyantang Anumoditva Chirang Rakhantu Mamparang Sādhu Sādhu Sādhu.